Okay. So if you don't mind me asking, what year were you born?
Born in 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would make you 20 years old now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
And you're first year here at UC Santa Barbara.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Uh, so were you born in Taiwan?
Yeah.
Okay. Where in Taiwan exactly did you grow up?
Like where in Taiwan?
Yeah,
Taipei.
Taipei.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you mind describing Taipei?
Oh, like in my way or like
Yeah, I mean, how do you remember Taipei growing up?
it's pretty like it's a fast city. Like I assume like every big city is like that. But it's like a fast-paced city and it's like very convenient to live in.
Okay,
And
so it's
like
really urban.
yeah, it's very urban and like different it's like there's like differences between different like districts,
Mhm.
but at least in the district that I grew up in, it's like pretty like chill, I would say.
Yeah.
It's like it's more of like laid back and like not so intense kind of place. Like the crime rate is not the crime issue is not like a problem there.
Okay. Yeah. And
Yeah.
what would you say the district's name was?
Sorry.
What was the name of the district?
士林.
Sorry.
士林.
Okay.
So it's you want me to spell it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Shilin.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you said it was kind of less crime, is a more relaxed area.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you spend like a lot of time? Would you say you spent a lot of time outside, like your neighborhood growing up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So
so
yeah.
sorry.
Do you want me to give you like the details of me growing up? So I
Yeah.
was
I mean,
born.
like, what did you? What was fun to do?
Okay, I was born in Sanchong. That's the other district, and it's in like New
Yeah.
Taipei City. But when we say refer to Taipei, it's usually like combining Taipei and New Taipei City because like it's like a big area.
Oh, okay.
Like it's one thing. So like Taipei is in the middle of New Taipei City. So New Taipei City is shaped like a donut.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of similar to LA in that way.
yeah. So like I I was born in Sanchong, which is in New Taipei City, and I moved to Shiling when I was like first grade.
Okay.
Yeah, and I grew up there. But like going to high school, my high school is not in the same district, so I have to like go out of the district like every day. So like my
Wow.
yeah, so like it's like a lot of traveling time.
How long would that usually take?
It takes like an hour for me to go to school.
Really? So
Yeah,
would you have to get up?
by MRT, which is like our metro.
Oh, wow. And
Yeah.
you would how early would you have to get up in the mornings to do that?
The class starts at 8:10, so I need to get up like I need to leave at like 7:20 latest.
Wow. And you said that was an everyday thing, like what, 5, 6 times a week, maybe?
Yeah, no, but I get up at 7, so
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Wow. So going back to your neighborhood, what kind of neighborhood would you say like it was? Was there a lot of do you say there was a lot of unity, like community?
Community, not very tight, but it's like a very international place. I would say there's a lot of foreigners in there.
Really?
Yeah, so like it's not weird to see like Japanese, Korean, or even like American, like British, or like different kinds of people walking on the street. It's not weird, but it's like that's just like the thing for our district. I'm pretty sure if you go outside, because that's like North Taipei. If you go to like the other parts of Taipei, it's um not that similar. Like yeah, it's not the same.
Okay, so that was pretty specific to where you live.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so what's the earliest memory you have in like your childhood or your neighborhood?
Probably my middle school because I don't really remember that much about my childhood, to be honest.
Okay.
But like I can like, I still am familiar with the environment and stuff, but just like in my memories, like I can't tell like what specifically happened or something.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you say middle school is kind of when you remember the most.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, how would you describe your middle school experience?
Oh, it's pretty good because my school is a public school, but it's somewhat on the competitive side academically.
Mhm.
So I would say it's like strict. It's like a public private school almost.
Oh,
So like the vibe is like a private school vibe, but it's public.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So and like because how it works, education system in Taiwan is like going to high school, you need to take an exam.
Mhm.
So it's like you get to the school depending on the grade you got on the exam.
Wow. So it's similar to the college admission system here, where you test into the colleges you get into.
Yeah, yeah. But that's for high school.
Wow.
Yeah. And also they don't really care that much about your resume. It's just like score oriented.
Wow.
So
So sorry.
it's like it's a very like, the only thing you need to take care of is your test score. Like going to high school.
Yeah.
And so like my middle school trying to boost, the amount of people that get into better high schools in our school. So like they're being strict about like this, like the school culture and stuff.
Yeah. That makes sense. Wow. And
Yep.
so you say your middle school in specific was very academic heavy, right?
Yeah.
Um, how would you say that affected? How would you say that affected the culture of the middle school? You said it was very test heavy, right? So not
Yeah.
did. So I guess I mean to ask here. Do you think that affected kind of how your middle school operated since it was so test heavy?
I'm sorry.
Do you think that affected how your middle school operated since it was so test heavy?
Um, yeah, to a certain extent, but it's not like pressure always.
Okay.
So it's just like comparing to other school, it's more like, they care more about not like don't take me literally, but like they care more about students' grades.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Um, do you think that competitive nature, uh, do you think it was overall helping to who you are now? Or like, dude,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah. Definitely.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Also, like I'm assuming that you know this, but cram school is like very common in Taiwan. Do you know
mm,
that? Like
yeah.
school after school? Yeah. So like most people do that, and it's like, so that's their way of being competitive academically.
Right.
Like parents send their kids to cram schools and, you know, to get extra education, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. And so, what years would this have been? Because you said you were, so what, I'm not necessarily familiar with the years of middle school in Taiwan. Like, how old would you have been during this time?
Oh, okay. So it's 7th to 9th grade, middle school.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. High school, 10 to 12.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, going back a little bit more to the neighborhood, how would you describe how would you describe like a day-to-day interaction just walking down the street?
Oh, it's like, all right. So my neighborhood compared to other ones, it's like people walk very slow. Like, it's like a very chill vibe.
Yeah.
So it's somewhat like UCSB, I would say.
Okay.
People just like enjoying their time and,
Yeah.
yeah. But also, it's not like the concept of the neighborhood in Taipei it's like different from, like here when we talk about like neighborhoods, like you go down the street, there's like branches of roads and like, this is one neighborhood,
Mhm.
and you get back to the main road, you go down this other neighborhood down there. It's not like that. It's
Okay.
like an urban environment. So like houses are like closely connected to each other. So it's like it can be just like a 5-minute ride and you're at the next district.
Wow.
and it would like feel like it's there's no like hard borders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh,
like it's more like a regional kind of thing, but it's not like just for this district. So it's like I would separate it as like North Taipei is kind of this style, South
mm,
Taipei is like kind of this style, East West, mid different like lifestyles. So
okay.
like what I'm talking about is more about like North Taipei.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. So you said it's pretty gradual, not necessarily a hard border.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Um, so we're gonna shift gears a little bit more into familial stuff. What kind of values would you say your parents instilled in you when you were younger?
Oh, okay. What kind of values you're trying to like look for?
Oh, I just
Like
do you have anything in specific that comes to mind? Like, do you remember and maybe any stories or like any things that your parents would probably value? I guess.
well, that's like just some my family thing, but if you want to answer it, like one of them is gonna be like don't lie. Like
Yeah.
lying is like a big no.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like do what you can, like push yourself to your limits and don't underestimate yourself, I guess, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say that was a pretty big theme behind your parents in your childhood.
Yeah, but I would say that's just more of my family thing. Like it's not a very like universal thing.
Yeah, yeah. This is simply about your experiences too. So please
Oh,
don't
okay.
feel like
Yeah.
you have to represent anyone else. It's
Yeah.
just yeah, it's simply yeah your experiences. Okay. Um, so what kind of conversations did you have around the dinner table?
Oh, okay. I don't usually eat at home. So
Oh, sorry.
I don't usually eat at home. Like I would say my lifestyle is very urban. So it's
Okay, yeah,
like I eat out a lot, and because I spend time outside of my family a lot. So sometimes I don't even eat with my family, and they don't eat with like we don't have a sit down dinner and table time.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys were pretty out and about then.
Yeah.
Okay then. And would you say that it's been kind of the same way since you were little?
Mm, I probably have like more at home dinners when I was small, but like I can't really remember what I was talking about back then. This is like a long time ago. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
because like as far as I remembered, once started going to Korean school at like elementary, I stopped eating at home.
Yeah.
So like that's really not much to remember. And also like my parents are busy and they don't come home for dinner time.
Okay. So
Yeah,
did your parents both work late then?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what language did you speak at home?
Mandarin.
Okay. Mostly
Yeah,
Mandarin,
yeah.
or just exclusively Mandarin?
Uh, exclusive Mandarin, I would say.
Okay.
Sometimes Taiwanese, but like, because like that's more of a my parents and their parents' generation kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So till my generation, at least in Taipei, most people I know speaks Mandarin only.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so if you were to interact with your grandparents, what would
Oh,
you give them?
I can still speak a little, and I understand most of the Taiwanese too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, sure. So what would you say your relationship with your mother and father was like?
It's pretty like we don't spend a lot of times like together, but
Hmm.
it's still I don't know, like a I trust you, you trust me kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's like working at a team. You don't communicate much, but like you know them, they know you still. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Say there's a lot of mutual respect.
Yeah.
Um, so do you have siblings? And if
Yeah, I have
so,
one.
Oh, sorry.
I have one older sister.
One older sister.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, what kind of role did she play in your life growing up?
Like when I was like little, she's
Yeah, just
basically
yeah.
like you know, someone to play with, kind of, because she's only 1 year older than me.
Okay.
Yeah, but like after I go to like high school, I guess, or like somewhere like middle school, high schoolish, like I started focusing more on my schools and my friends. I think that's like the stage of people growing up. But, like,
Hmm.
so I like same thing. I didn't spend much time with my family, and they didn't spend much time on family either. So like, yeah.
Hmm.
So
So
not so much out when I was a kid.
okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
would you say there was a kind of a communal bond over? 'Cause you said you spent a lot of time studying in your older years.
yeah,
Okay.
and like just school in general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, so we talked a little bit about cram school, right? But
yeah.
what other kind of education did you get in Taiwan and where?
Just like it's mostly just school and cram school, but like it's like very common to see. Like I would say out of it would be like 8 out of 10 students that go to cram school that have gone to cram school in their
Wow.
life. Yeah, and like, did you go? What did you do? Did you go to cram school? 有补习班，有补习班。有。 See, she did too. So like most people did go to cram school, and
Wait, you didn't?
I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, but like to like if you can like do good with just school education, then you probably don't have to go, but still your parents might want you to go anyways
Yeah.
because they feel like it's safer, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is so true.
yeah. They feel like, hey, if you have time, why don't you spend more time studying, that kind of stuff. That's still like a very common Asian parent mindset. Yeah.
So I mean, how would you say your experience with cram school was overall?
I actually kind of enjoyed it because it's not like, I guess my cram school is like not typical. So it's like it's a very small cram school, and the owner, the boss, teaches the class himself,
Okay.
and he picks his students.
Yeah.
So if he don't like you, he wouldn't teach you. Yeah. Or like if you feel like you don't like have the potential, or like you don't perform that well, or you don't study hard enough, like he's just not gonna teach you.
Right.
So like I got fortunately I got picked. So like I have like a very close relationship with my prep school teacher slash owner.
Yeah.
So it's like a very like a fun learning environment. Like you still learn hard stuff, but like within the environment, it's not that much pressure.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can also give you the typical scene of cram schools if you want.
Sorry?
I can still give you the typical scene of cram schools in Taiwan if you want.
Oh, I mean, yeah, only your experience. I mean,
Okay. All right, then that's fine.
yeah. You said you had a pretty good relationship um, with your school teacher. Would you mind elaborating on that?
Oh, so he's a math teacher,
Okay.
and is that like I'm just that kid that answers questions, like talks a lot, you know. I no, I'm just that kid that likes to make voice make voice in class, and like I think, and also like I studied hard, and I think like that makes he thought like, oh, he would want to invest more on me, I would say, maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like it's like a I respect you, you respect me, and like right till this point, because he teaches all the way from elementary to middle school.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So after I got into high school, and like right now in college, it's become more of a like a friend relationship more than student teacher kind of relationship. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And what year did you say you started attending
So
high school?
I started very early. Like I started to learn like, some plus minus kind of stuff, like simple math when I was like 3, 4, like
Wow.
even before it was like preschool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I take extra time to learn about extra stuff preschool and like English classes too. Yeah.
Wow.
So like,
And oh, sorry.
but I stopped early because
Right.
I developed my method of studying that I don't need cram school anymore.
Mhm.
So after I realized cram school is like a waste of time for me, like the extra time of the education is not proportional to what I gain.
Mhm.
That's when I was in like 10th grade, so like first year in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did your parents react to that decision?
Well, I just give them good grades. I just perform good at school. I was like, see, I don't need it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So then
Okay.
like they're cool with it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's not a must, but it's definitely very like parents would push their kids to do it kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I had a question. What was a normal day for you like at the age of 10 or 15?
15. Where was oh okay, so when I was 15, that's when I graduated from middle school, right?
Mhm.
I was my 15 and 16 years old. The reason I'm 20 and first year in college now is because I took a gap year in
Mhm.
after middle school, and I went into a exchange student program.
Okay.
So that was in Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah, not the best place, but that was in Georgia, and so my 15 years old and 16 years old is experience in America.
Okay. And
Okay.
so Georgia's the state then.
Yeah, to say.
Okay.
But if you're asking about my 9th year, like middle school experience, it's like I played a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
And so it's like study basketball and I dance. That's like my thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I started dancing when I was like in 7th grade.
Okay.
So since then, I spent a lot of time dancing, like hip hop dance.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So would you say a lot of time went to your dancing then?
yeah.
Okay. And you said you started that at about 12 years old?
Yeah, 13, 12-ish. It's my 8th year this year, so.
Yeah. Okay. And so how was a normal day for you? Maybe like say elementary school, around like the later years of that.
Elementary. So as far as I remembered, it's very like school, get off school, go to cram school.
Wow.
Get off cram school, go back home, sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's like pretty boring, I would say. But yeah, like I don't remember that much about like days when I was in elementary, but like I guess that's one of the reason it's okay to have like a boring life back then, because you don't actually remember,
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how would you usually spend your weekends when around those ages?
But in elementary,
Yeah, in elementary up until high school.
I to be honest, I cannot remember how do I spend my weekends in elementary, but middle school, I just go out with my friends and because it's like I live in Taipei. It's like a very multifunctional city, so like you can basically do anything you can think of you want.
Yeah.
So like maybe we're going to bowling. It takes like 10 minutes or like 20 minutes from where I live to a bowling alley. And
Wow.
maybe I want to watch a movie. There's a movie theater right across the street where I live.
Right.
And maybe I want to, play basketball. There's like a there's like a basketball court like a 5 minute walking distance from
Yeah.
from where I live. So like you can like kind of do anything you want. Yeah, and anywhere in Taipei, I would say.
Wow. And it wouldn't take you very long to get across to the other
Yeah,
side.
no, because that credit goes to MRT. I feel like the metro system.
Yeah.
It's like very convenient. It's like fast to transfer. The train is on time, and like it's like fast transportation.
Right. So
Yeah.
so would you say that was your go-to way of getting around?
Before I can drive, yeah.
Okay, before you could drive. Right. And so what was probably your favorite activity to do on the weekends?
When I was in middle school,
Yeah.
probably basketball. I spent a lot of
Basketball?
time playing basketball. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess this kind of ties right in. What were some of your favorite places to be as a child?
As a child,
Yeah.
I don't really have like a preference, but since I play a lot of basketball, I'll say basketball court.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Basketball court.
Mm.
Okay. Could you tell me a little bit about your friends? What exactly did you play with them? How much time did you get to spend with them?
Middle school.
At any year.
Oh. So I would just use like my high school friends for example,
Mhm.
because that's when I have like remember the most clearest and like I did way more stuff in high school compared to like before high school.
Right.
So like we just like usually hang out and have eat, you know. That's
Yeah.
like the main way of like I think it's like everywhere. Like you know, you ask someone out, you guys go to eat kind of stuff, and like we eat
Okay.
like in a friend group, and because we're all dancers,
Yeah.
so like we hang out and dance, like go to like a specific place where you see like a lot of other dance people, and
Okay.
there's like a small, not like small, but like there's like a community of dancers, and like
Yeah.
we just like hang out and dance together. Yeah, I spent a lot of time doing that in high school. So
Okay. Yeah. And would this be more of like a weekend activity or even on a school
like
day?
every day,
Every day.
including school day and like weekend, both.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Um, so you said food was a pretty big thing, right? Was there a lot of, did you spend a lot of time, sorry, was there a lot of different like variety? Is there like specific places you guys liked?
Dance
Sorry?
to do what?
Oh, food wise.
Sorry,
Food wise?
breed wise? What?
Oh,
Sorry.
oh no,
I
for food.
Oh, for food. Okay.
Yeah.
If you have a group of people and you kind of like, if it's like a celebrating kind of stuff, it's either hot pot or like barbecue.
Oh,
Yeah, that's like the two biggest thing people do. And
okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, oh, okay. Do you still keep in touch with your friends or the friends from your neighborhood?
not as much, but yeah.
Yeah. And so were most of your friends made from school or from kind of your neighborhood or maybe a mixture?
Most of my friends from my school.
Okay.
Yeah, either a middle school or high school. But I got a lot of friends outside of my high school but like they're within the same dancer community.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they're dancers from other schools, but like we're friends because like we hang out together at the dancing place, and then we started like we became friends and like we hang out more.
Yeah. How did you feel about the kind of the urbanness of the city? Did you like it, dislike it?
Oh yeah, I like it. I really like it.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just me, but like I really like the convenienceness of of the city. And growing up in a city, I'm fine with not having deep connections with people.
Mhm.
You know, because like if you don't like one of the reasons people don't like city is like people are like indifferent to like to others kind of.
Mhm.
But like since I grew up there and like I'm fine with that. Like to me, you only need like certain amount of good friends, close friends. Yeah. So like I really like the culture and like the lifestyle of the city.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Um, what was one of your favorite memories while growing up?
It's probably in high school when I danced a lot. Cause
In high
like
school?
that's like I'm very passionate about it. So and I like because I'm very passionate about it, I was trying to like do something very crazy, like held like huge event kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like I did it. So it's like a milestone, I would say. That
Yeah.
I actually like, with my own ability and did something that's like somewhat impressive.
Yeah. I mean, how'd you get into dancing?
So my mom see every Asian talent is like forced by their parents. But when I was in seventh grade, my mom wanted me to try dance, just like try dancing
Yeah.
to see if I like it. And I was like refusing in the beginning, but like once I tried, I was like, it's not that bad.
Okay.
And like as I put more time into it, I feel like, oh, this is really my thing, and I really like it. So then I just like doing more and more of dancing.
Yeah. Yeah. How'd you feel about yeah, your dancing? Like, was it well received by everyone?
I'd say most people like it.
Most people?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you describe a particularly worrisome or challenging experience from your childhood?
Not really. Like not anything so big that I still remember now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say I have a pretty nice childhood
Okay. Yeah.
overall. Yeah.
Not too many hiccups.
Yeah, not really.
Okay. Yeah. So when you grew up, what kind of life and profession did you imagine having as a grown up?
Oh, okay. So I like to eat, and
Mm.
since my mom's like a very bad cook, so like I learned how to cook when I was like in middle school,
Right.
or even earlier. So like for some reason I wanted to be a chef.
Okay.
Like I wanted to be a chef.
Yeah.
But then reality hits, and you'd be like, oh, that's not the most prospective job. And like, all right, what's my like? What other thing am I good at? And uh, comparing to others, like I'm better at math,
Mhm.
like logical stuff. And both my parents are businessmen,
Mhm.
so like I growing up watching them like doing all that kind of stuff. So I was like, oh, maybe I want to do business. So like right now I'm pursuing a career in actuary.
Yeah.
So that's like uh my ultimate goal though is like entrepreneur.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah. And like to have like a full plan, like a
Mhm.
good, plan A, plan B, and you have like, oh, if this doesn't happen, what are you gonna do instead? Uh Actuary is my plan B.
Okay.
Because like, entrepreneuring to some extent is almost like gambling.
Right.
Right. So like there's a good chance you fail, even though you're
Mhm.
well prepared.
Yeah.
So like just in case if that happens, I need a job that can give me like good money too.
Yeah. Yeah. That
That's
makes sense.
actuary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say your parents being businessmen like kind of affected how you changed
Yeah,
your?
a lot. I feel like most people are affected by their parents when they're doing career choice.
Mhm.
With it, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So initially your dream job was to be a chef, and then it kind of grew into another profession.
Yeah, but I am not like I didn't change my mind too much growing up, like for my professions.
Right.
Like that's the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, what was your ideal of a family when you were younger?
When I was younger, like I didn't think about it too much because it is what it is. And like
Yeah.
if there's no comparison, there's not really that much, you don't really have thoughts about how your family should be like. But I would say I'm pretty happy with the situation right now because I personally I need a lot of space when I was like not socially.
Mhm.
So like home to me is like a place to relax and chill.
Yeah.
So this environment fulfills what I want. Like, oh, this is like when I'm at home, I can be chill. I don't need to be like very talkative and stuff.
Right.
I'm just like enjoying my time alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, and Sam, what kind of feelings and words come to mind when you remember your childhood in Taiwan?
What kind of memories?
Yeah, or what kind of feelings come to mind?
There's no like huge, like the very good or very bad feelings. Everything is kind of like, in the middle. And it's like pretty chill. Like chill. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any words that come to mind when you think of your childhood in Taiwan?
Definitely hardworking, like academically, and a lot of freedom. Yeah.
Yeah.